Hey everybody, Katsy here with a DIY video. As the COVID cases continue to rise, I just want to put something out there that I hope will help anyone who wants to make something to keep themselves safe. I have made over 400 fabric masks for our first responders and essential workers, and I started making face shields. These are very handy because they allow people who read lips, if they wear this is helpful. It also helps because you can breathe a lot easier in these, and they are safer from my point of view because all your stuff is kept in. This one I made out of a paper protector acetate thing, sheet protector. This one I made using vinyl, and I've used different gauges of vinyls from roughly 10 gauge to 18. The thicker is harder to work with. This is I believe a 10 or 12 gauge that I got from my friend Bobby Moon. So I wanted to show you all quickly. It's a very easy process to make a shield. Foam window seal. This adhesive is awesome. So what you do is you cut your vinyl, and I've cut this vinyl 11 inches around by 9. And then I cut a piece of the foam window seal 11 inches. And the hardest part of this whole thing is lining up the foam seal on the edge. I'm going to try to do that for you all. Show you. One side of it is adhesive, and the other side that will be next to your forehead is not adhesive. And I can move it a little bit here as I've done. Then I turn it over and usually have to adjust. Okay, so now it is on, and I peel away the part that goes next to the forehead, and it's halfway there. The next step is I cut a piece of elastic, approximately 15 inches for me, because I want it to go around my head. And I've also used string. If I use a cording or a string or a binding or a ribbon, I cut 2 strips 15 inches long, or 1/30 inch strip, and then once I've got it together, I cut it to tie in the back. So I have this on. My next step is I take a pair of scissors and I just cut in half, just cut it in half right in here, and make this little kind of a gape thing. I do that to both sides. And as you can see here, I've got a little bit hanging over, which I will trim up later on. Okay, so I've cut both sides. The next step is a hot glue gun. I take my hot glue gun. Another piece of equipment or tool you're going to need is a, what do you call this thing? Yeah, one of these things. It's kind of funny. All my words go out of my head when I'm trying to make something. Goodness gracious. This is ridiculous. I will find out what this thing is called. It'll come to me as soon as I turn off the camera. Okay, so anyway, we're going to use that thing afterwards. But for now, I'm going to take the elastic and I'm going to get ready to place it in between. But before I do that, I'm going to take and I'm going to put a bead of glue right in between on both sides. Bead of glue. And then I mush it together. And what I tend to do is put a little clip on here binder clip, some kind of clip to hold it for a few seconds while the glue dries. And then I go to the other side. I can show this to you real good here. Run that bead of glue. Grab the elastic. Put it down on the glue. Another bead of glue. And mash it. Mush it together and hold it till it's cool. Once it's cool, we will finish it off. But in the meantime, while it's cooling, this will be the time that you can go ahead, if it's too long on one side or the other, that's the time you can just take your scissors, eyeballing, and cut away the extra end. Now that you've done that, it's almost cool. Fold it in half, and your two ends together here, those square ends, you want to round off. And some people will put a round circle or something circular down to make that cut. But again, it's one of those things where if you're making mask with kids and they got their little scissors, you just want to start at one end, not one end, one corner here, close to the corner. You want to make just a little circle. You just want to round it off. And your mask is just about done. It is done, except for one more thing that you can do to make sure these are sturdy and stay in. And that is the trusty old, it's still avoiding me. What? Is it in here? Paper something. It's Tic Tac. Oh, wow. I am not going to stop this video to figure out what this darn thing is called. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put my end in here, and I'm just gonna, it's called a stapler. A stapler. I was like, I'm gonna pachunka it when the stapler came up. So I pachunkaed it once, and I pachunkaed it twice. And then I want to pachunka it one more time because I'm using a thinner elastic. I usually use a thicker elastic. And I'm going to pachunka it right in that elastic area. Okay? It's kind of janky, but it'll do, and it'll stop the COVID goo from coming at you. You know what I mean? All right, so I'm going to staple. Oh my goodness. What a day. I'm going to staple, and I'm going to staple one more time. And that is your very quick, handy dandy face shield. And I'll try it on. It comes around. I mean, it's going to block anything coming at me. And this is really good for people who don't like to wear masks. Who think masks, they can't breathe in them. Maybe you could wear a thinner mask in one of these, a one-layer mask in one of these, so you could breathe. And some stores will let you in with just this in. Now, so I told you I made this with 15 inches, and it's rather large. So all I will do is put a pony bead on here, or a piece of, an item that will allow me to adjust the tightness. But for right now, it's fine. And then if you really want to do it up like some of the ones that I've made, oh, and you can also put like an extra piece of foam on there if you want, maybe your glasses stick out, or your cheeks, or your nose, and you want a little extra room. So you can put another piece of the foam right on here, and it will go, it'll stick adhesive wise, and it'll be ready to go. Now this was an elastic one I made, and I got this elastic. I think it's I'm not really sure, but it looks like the top of lacy panties, but it worked. And I duded it up. I put a little bit of, just a little washi tape on it. This is Don't Forget to Be Awesome. So you can decorate them up and, you know, have them prepare, you know, make them with your kids, make them with your family, keep them in the car. The best way to clean them, I carry with me on my person this travel size bottle of alcohols, 91%. And when I go somewhere, and especially if I pass somebody that, you know, they just a cloud of goo, you don't know what's going on, just, you know, I'm going to spritz this guy. I'm going to spritz it, and I'm going to wipe it down before I get in my car. And it just cleans right up. So there you have it, guys. Protect yourself. Make yourself, make your families you know, one of these, what do you call it? Not one of these staplers. Make yourselves one of these easy DIY face shields. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to my channel. Come back and let's have some more fun, okay? Yup. Bye now.